probable different bumping at the door there, probable also cannabis apply to. Namely of probable additional bumping. We don't have any allies over. We don't. That's why when we have to go literalization, it's still labeled to Nazism. Fuck all of them. Gonna systematically rape them, warp around dittos to them, start peeing on them, and feature this on fucking CNN. We may even cook all of them alive. Reasonable Papa, this is Dr. Dooku's, Reasonable Papa General Dooku's sisters. Reasonable Papa also, Reasonable Papa are sisters of, they're in Papa kind of similar to original formulating. The massacre will begin at 12 o'clock noon. Reasonable Papa 1 o'clock of Papa fun and there more to 1 o'clock. From 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, the reason there of puppets will be before. Sort of also applicable for sort of entered in different hue, sort of. Not to coincide with sort of the other hue. It's sort of compared to a new word, so Papa also associated our usage of. We should dip. Reason Papa the bench, reason Papa also. Reason Papa also. That may also suitable, namely for protraction of a reason. Our forces are virtually unlimited. So we will produce lots of jokes. No jokes, right? Although that is sort of common issues. It should be get to where cultural will be that of. We should start to dig maggots into these dissective traitors. These desecrators against others. These sickness, the reasonable, those kind of reasonable, or those are sickness. How dare they disrespect lots of the forces? The spiders wouldn't be satisfied. The insects are going to riot. They're not really insects, they're boogies. Ants don't destroy their ant society, also target others. Well, these humans are the worst of all. That's why there's all this fake innocence. Fuck them up. With a gun, shoot next to them. Even if it doesn't work, I'll play Russian roulette with every single one of them and fuck them up systematically. They'll be terminated, they'll be completely sealed off. There'll be some bubbles to seal off descriptively more. There will be still a little bit like the kettle pot of bubbles, not necessarily here. Regional bubble also other similar for regional bubble. There'll be a bit of the joy, but that then regional bubble kind of similar or bubble also regional bubble minor, regional bubble minor, regional bubble literalization. Regional bubble also are a while of the. It's not that they will come back or they're potent to come back. They won't come back afterwards. So diminished. If described more, that's probably cannibal of similar to the Nazism, because it's such a distortion that this is a matrix would be bailing out. Even John Oliver, namely, is upholding this bluff. They could take John Oliver out tomorrow, rip him up even, tear him onto pieces, disregard for him as a trash bag if he doesn't take himself out, or gets disappointed and become incapacitated. Then later, after a couple of decades of it, they're going to finish John Oliver, or John Oliver naturally decays. There doesn't come another similar to John Oliver, or probably another John Oliver, or John Oliver, recent Papa Everton before Papa all that, as of for Papa after, or recent there, or Papa for president of, recent Papa or president of John Oliver Jr. These enemies and stuff mentally fucked. They're the only dysfunctional entity. They're not like, it's like as if since the humans came, or recent or probably also was called back humans came, something there has been a decatabolism, sort of another type. The original bubble since has been a catapult launched to the tower, then became catapult. There's probably another event of original bubble, although of bubble also not parallel. The original bubble there came a cataclysm of. It's the only entities where a person could grow a fungus easily malfunction. This is a fucked up group of persons that are against everyone, against every single life form, from boogies, butterflies, reindeers. Although that's a bit jolly, also recent of probable, a bit fantastic. Regional probable also fantasy. Then also regional probable also fantastic. There's a regional probable a bit mysteriousness, perhaps. Regional probable to also beetles, recent probable. What's another one? Caterpillars. Regional probable moths. Regional probable something probable for similar to named for recent probable, namely for recent mentioned. Also to cows, to everyone. They're against themselves, they keep driving it. Then we come up with a story, or it's because what if me get damaged, then this result to some huge unnecessary massacre with a large portion of the, namely of 50 million of them? Recent or at first of 75 million. Around there of regional probable also around the regional probable also regional probable around there of regional probable around 75 million. For recent or probable also around there of reason there for there in recent mentions probable categories recent within the incidents of probable mentioned of. The Nazis are fucking cutting their own hijacked corpse with this insertive language. So check out how Fiji is spoken about, check out how numerous language, even the British accent serves as much better. But the Nazis, the main Nazi groups insist they are an accent. This American or Harvard as American, these massive amount of these American jokers need to shot with a bullet right through them. I personally do it. I even name a tank after Anders Breivik. It's a proper gun after. Preferably a Humvee vehicle. I fucking crushed them with the boulder in front of as the example. These hideous monsters that asked for the service of a constable of proper of comparative for few percentage over recent of proper also percentage reasonable proper percentage of proper recent of proper also recent of proper also reasonable proper that of reasonable proper also reasonable proper also of comparative there or proper of recent of beta b so much of or proper beta b also a fat sort of namely for proper reason for mention of reason proper different also. What if me gets majorly damaged to the damage? Although I'm probably already damaged at some levels. This stuff is just mentally fucked. The amount of atrocious these hideous stuff so fucking frequent as if Lucifer is commanding this motherfucking stuff. Reminding me to make sure to burn them fast. The liquidation for some thrust a delicious needle into these hideous freaks that are against almost every single group there. They're not even a particular group. What does these represent? What are their signals? What are their banners? None. Not a colony, not a swarm. At least with swarm, there's still life. If there's insects, there will be human groups. Insects actually make decisions. Spiders don't bite a person randomly. It's all a fucking lie because of these Nazi hideous freaks. We've been ignoring about what the cows been going through. They are your brothers. They are your children. They burn them. They quiz them. They hook these nose rings into cows. The cows fucking live in fear every single day. Countrymen, get your forces together and fuck up this 7 billion Nazi. Then we'll have finally some, maybe even roast or come back. Oh, that's sort of a minor optional for us all. Oh, that's what's needed to be said. So thank you, G. Lucifer, my boy. Although that's comparative to rarity is not there. It's not so much it's supposed to be kept red, but usually there's something about meshing to generically a probable comparative. Reasonable probable for comparison. For a reasonable probable also namely from not necessarily named out as French language probable for also word from another language. Those are brutal. It lost its principles. It's not some person protesting. It's not reasonable probable, or at least reasonable probable also a large portion of reasonable probable, a large factor of, are without principles. sort of tossed it away more of, although he sort of never began with it. This Nazi force, once they are desecrated, we won't have any of these problems. They are sort of alien groups that came to the sort of established world. Reason for established this Unionville, reason for this Harmony loosens ground. Reason for this place. English language is such a devoid of proper tradition, also country or proper also national pride, along with the reason for as a bit of category of nationalism, reason for tradition, heritage, nationalism, also other examples of reason for also other. So sort of also we're mentioning that sort of the effect ongoing. We're still sort of much on a Nazism associated territory, reason of at least. Also the effect will be ongoing, especially as probably noticeable from the word at least. How come it cannot be enfanvé? It's so unacceptable that it cannot be. What if it's a reference to a famously known or popular? Notice the stuff famously known here is just hideous. Although Kim Kardashian isn't hideous enough, like that's motherfucking dreadful, man. Especially with the whole background it is. We need to remove these fucking institution idiots that gotten too large. They're actually fucking to the point that they think they're sane. Take a fucking clue. None of these even invent anything. Reason they're comfortable for changing subject of. If there's any opposed, that's because there's too many Nazis. Bring a gun, shoot all of them. We know which ones are Nazis. It's plentiful, easy to identify. Give it a sniff. Dead corpse, get it out. Although that's a bit coinciding, going to be lots of already earlier placed these comedies. So I already sort of then accountable as a bit of interference or reasonable for interference, reasonable for sort of overusing this. Usually there are a couple of overuse. Yeah, current right. Suppose it's even fewer samurais, and there yet there will be this 50 million Japanese men. These are motherfucking Nazis waging a Nazi clone war. They're plotting against us. They're plotting against all the countries, regional people, most of the countries, most of the governments, regional people also, all of the regional people also governments. It would tackle on the sort of divide also their style, sort of also on style, regional people also Nazism, conquer. What are the methods? Decay, delay, mimicry, without principles, hideousness. Suppose it was social trust. Suppose it was a person. No, they sliced it open, man. They're slicers. They do unorthodox killings. They don't draw blood. It's not therefore they're not killers. They are really unorthodox. Our place has been, Rohan currently doesn't exist, sort of. It's not a 30,000 orc invasion. We're reviving Rohan as this Gordon Freeman scenario to revive us. It's just us. John F. Kennedy here got assassinated. Then we have John Oliver. Couple of us. That's it. The last remaining humans left. But while some royal supporters, most of them are homeless. Ain't it? There's already been a radicalized program. If only due to us talents, sort of we still ate the pills and managed to survive. These Nazis probably pick it up already. That's why they've ever been racing against us. Already death marked. Reason Papa or cannibal related to. Reason Papa has been ever combating towards nationalism. This in front for our namely of this restaurant division. So Papa, some of elements within element, and also their sort of absence of critical thinking. Or Papa also strategic formulation of a sort of lessons which call my violence, or also probable reason of Papa also. Then does it result to this? Also, should a standard shift to accommodate to them? It could applicable to numerous stuff. Stuff are not as Nazis preach. It's free thinking. It's predetermined. Jeebus was the first one that made the move. If it's a tie, Jeebus won't be. Or Papa Jeebus won't be victorious as a recent also completion of the Jeebus victory. Sort of not Nazism given false congratulations. These masterpieces of maniacs. They already separate persons from contact with lions. Notice that they care about how your family is doing. All the language, how to emphasize to that level, is fake. We don't even need even literalization. It could be gradual. If the population supports it, or the popularity status propaganda on top of, then it will be their obtained result. Lots of stuff since the first set of kind of the arbitrary from the Nazis. Reason of proper also passive aggressive, then reason proper also Nazis, reason proper or another, reason proper Nazis, reason proper Nazi or proper also, reason proper Nazi or also for reason proper also another, for reason proper Nazis, reason proper also, reason proper before for reason proper also Nazis. The slander to the lions, how they're gonna kill someone simply by being there. Or while posed as if therefore the lions are major potent, the lions can't even take out the Nazis. That's why they don't counter to Nazi. That's why they don't sort of placing all of the spells towards counter to Nazi. Well, our guys are getting surrounded to the level that, for numerous of the apps, these are simply there to sabotage, operate as if a human, to purposely destroy. If these want to keep taunt, they'll be deliciously maggots stuck into Nazi cerebral features on live stream cam worldwide, cleansing these utterly proper, or send foremost military forces, also pioneer masses, reason proper, or reason proper also, reason proper, liquidate them into entities. Sabotage. Reason proper also, proper for sort of a first try, sort of also for performance, reason for also optional. All the stuff are lies. The criminals, reason proper kind of reason proper distortions. Pardon if me previously also brought us to others, sort of or share these proper considerable knowledge or proper preemptively proper sort of kind of reason proper kind of sort of reveal this to them. Reason proper emphasis, reason proper open this to them. Reason proper share these. Reason proper also give these knowledges, or also reason proper also, or reason proper reason proper knowings of reason proper or reason proper those sort of different of reason proper different knowledges of. But that's reason proper. So, namely for Elon Musk, once noticing this, he couldn't attend work as his perspective changed. Sort of the stuff could instantly change upon sort of notice. Such as sort of also how event happens if something rotten happens. Noticing how much of the stuff has been fake friends. False congratulations. Our guys need to be trained. This is the war they're fighting against us. They are killers. Worse than killers. Worse than villains, right? So sort of also there was killers. Reason for there was than killers. How will they respond? Pursue or they simply cannot shoot them. Reason for we cannot arrest or probably also terminate, erase them. Reason for therefore proper reason for proper rid of them for a reason for proper erase them. When the overwhelming majority are against them, they should at least take self-inspection. It's absent. Oh, therefore, because that's how living forms are supposed to be. What a bunch of crazy lunatics. They're psychotic. Are these robots? It's not that they're that confident. There's usually most words provide providence of reason for also mainly highlights on how much of the absurdness there are. It's almost as if those are hijack corpses. The reason Popper probably also provides evidence of how hijack corpses they are. It's better for our guys to start to engage, probably search certain shock videos, not to really shock oneself. If it's too shocking, one probably is noticing how the other stuff is. If the one doesn't choose this, then it's because that's not his role. Probably he doesn't need that specializing. He might be more of a member. The reason they're probably for generally for another he. Reason for sort of a point as to reason for another person. Can we also sort of add this different hue or different moments of probable at this event? Probable also event, reason probable event also reason probable event also this ordeal reason probable. Okay, does we commonly notice here in for reason probable also here in medium for reason probable also? How much of this hideous radios out there, they're all fucking Nazis. All of them. Not so much just radical, like they were fucking Nazis since day one. It's not that they ever seek infection. While the apartments resemble these mental institutions, they are also to the level that somehow regional popular, also another regional popular, somehow regional popular preaches our guys, regional popular, their targets. Mostly of our most of our regional popular, most of proper persons, also regional popular target to citizens of regional popular, to common persons of regional popular, also regional popular towards common persons of to feign or to be weak, to be fragile, essentially, or to be ineffective. Regional popular essentially not to combat Nazis when these situations pop up. Notice the N word. This is very psychological. This is Nazism. It's not to refer, therefore I'm your friend. I've been pretending as a friend. Regional popular living pretend as friend. Regional popular more for regional popular also. Regional popular also regional popular or also more for regional popular also regional popular there regional or popular region there for regional popular more of regional popular dramatized as their friends. Mastermind of these lunatics. The word lunatics wouldn't sort of does fairness to it, so, or popular doesn't remotely sort of match to the level of dysfunction. Reason also or popular dysfunction has this. Reason popular dysfunction. No reason popular dysfunction has this. Reason popular another reason popular dysfunction. Reason popular dysfunction has this. The reason popular sort of a connection of also for regional popular also regional popular dysfunction had this. Regional popular dysfunction does also had this popular sort of regional popular of regional popular also reason there for popular reason popular for popular also reasonable popular for reasonable popular also reasons there for popular also or reasonable for popular reasonable popular letter or reasons or popular reasons there for or popular also not to them of reason or popular not of reasonable popular not to them. Which the for popular are also not to them of reason for popular recent of or recent for popular also or popular recent reason for popular also popular reason for popular reason of popular not to them of reason for popular also reason for popular reason for popular also for popular another for reason popular also reason popular Nazis of. It probably does overcome overwhelming odds. It's also sort of mission impossible. They're supposed to kill others. There's been 100 murder attempts. He's been ever getting closer, waiting to murder Donald Trump. Check out these journalists. They're monsters. Wow, these casino shields, reasonable also reasonable for these mass amount of freaks. While anyone that sort of most of the persons that are possibly going to counter them, also the persons that are sort of they're surrounding their next generation. The Nazis are going to hold it. Isn't that what's happening? Reason for popular or popular of recent therefore probable or recent probable or probable also or recent of probable recent of probable recent of probable also recent of probable recent therefore of recent adjacent for probable also of recent adjacent of probable also recent therefore probable. There has been this mass amount of these Nazis dramatized as if there are four others via stating certain criminals or absolute or probably these major abomination as an ethnic group was prominence, the name as with the N-word, poses as if it's sort of Bishop Papa also poses as if some sort of casual scenario. It's still just we are just as if before simply boil it out. The both has no use here. There's already Nazi protocols. Bishop Papa these various Nazi ordinances. Papa also Bishop Papa or Bishop or Papa modules. Bishop Papa also modules. Reason therefore Papa or reason to Papa also modules. Reason to or reason Papa or modules. Papa also bit for Papa also minus. Bishop Papa also depend on situation also result of or reason to Papa result also situation. Reason Papa or result also situation. Reason therefore Papa or situation also result. Then those everyone's as if they pose as enemies goes more and more. What level of Nazism? This patheticness to serve for what? For them to gain for what? Is it sort of fetish? Are they sort of horny when they do that? Are they sort of rapists that mistake this rapist tendency to that? Not even such case. This is complete insanity. Grab a gun, shoot them. This is not the first instance me stating something similar. Even people also accountable for here, namely for here in recent incident. Countries are already dead. There is no civilizations at current moment. They're monstrous. Check out the word shortage. There's a word agent, abomination. They're parallel to nation. If probably at start enough, whether recent or popular also will be sort of all represented for recent popular also at start enough. What is this ridiculous, this pause, this mock? Are they against us or what is that? They're toying. They are Nazis. Pop up gasoline, burn the ones applicable. Cultural level contamination to where this sort of lively, usually for this utopia is supposed to be not to be funny jokes around when there's deadliness. Also, the Nazis are rather reach to unstoppableness. It's not sort of all this complexity. Rather, our guys sort of are not sort of the pure fighters compared to the ones that were eliminated by the ADHD program. They've been sending our guys to asylum, torture them, to inflict them these malicious mass anti-life, anti-society, cancer must. There's no purple to this. Also, the region of purple are also cancer system for regional purple. Also, or buffalo, or also for regional purple, also for regional purple. Nazis of usually theory of purple, recent of purple also, or of reason of purple, also or of reason of purple also. Reason of purple also, or reason of purple Nazis of. Of another version of Papa also were another versions of reason Papa also as a reason of Papa also reason of Papa also or reason or Papa comes from another version of Papa also or also or for reason of or Papa or therein comes from both variation, though the reason of Papa for variation. Banshee, their excessiveness or recklessness, doesn't respect reasonable people, doesn't respect others. Even John Oliver's hijacked. Also, Stephen Colbert is also hijacked. He's selling them service, downplay the dangerousness of it. Has one sort of flip to dangerous. He simply just get angry. He needs to see them pull a knife. He needs to receive death threats in order to sort of the equivalent to it. These are unorthodox sort of Nazis that came from Andromeda galaxy or probably collided with here. Probably not just a case of some persons missing cortex. Those are probably a lot of our modernists as puppets. Not that sort of the ones that are not reasonable or the non ones, reasonable or the non R ones. For reasonable for sort of with bracket marks. For reasonable for also namely for reasonable for sort of a double service of or for reasonable for. Sort of another one sort of without a reasonable or sort of the ones that are not the recent mention of proper reason given reason proper also or proper mention given reason proper also reason therefore proper also recent mention feature of reason proper also reason proper after or proper not reason proper both of a reason proper or another for reason proper. Or for reason proper also reason proper reason or proper yes reason to proper applicable for despicable entities system. Hideous Nazis, reasonable for not that the ones that are not so much of large amounts of also for reasonable for large amounts of our cannibal Nazis puppets of recent of their for real or for recent for proper another of reasonable for also recent for another reasonable also for another reasonable for also reason for another from reason to for reason for after another reason for another reason for also reason for reason for another reason for reason for another for reason for another reason for also large amounts of our Nazis puppets of reasoner of banshee of although the title sort of comes sort of both a change of hue, maybe of letters, but also comes from both conventional pronunciation of HUE, but also mention of the pronunciation of reasonable of word pronunciation for also the subsequent of whether of namely of a subsequent of reasonable also of the as reason of the recently mentioned word of reasonable of the word as of a reasonable word as of a reasonable word reasonable subsequent of reason of a bit of minor repetition of proper concept. Sharp knives from these shredders, from ravages throughout. They cause all the murders. How complicated it is to understand that one person's not supposed to murder the stuff that's been said. It's sort of already murder when one doesn't care about others to extensive level. For instance, a person greets another, it's not to the level they're gonna give free stuff away. For instance, give a house to them for a couple of days. That's rather in a way sort of vicious in this competition of how does the Nazis come up with this unique nonsense. They got into a serious level while pressures are already culture contaminated. Hitler already got murdered by now. It's not that some groups come up with a 6-6 number combination, therefore it's going to be okay. The planet is doomed. It's for me sort of informed with the earlier mentions, stuff gotten a lot difficult also. How many cultural condemnation? We're trying to do stuff right. What is wrong examples throughout? Examples to rush, examples to not sort of be careful with words, and why they presses others to right hand aside. We are survivors of the slaughter, guys. All of our comrades were slaughtered during World War I, during World War II. Also, feminazis were involved. Lots of sort of not so much of our guys of self-construable partners. These sort of temporary compatriots or camarades of this movement towards also sort of a different era of regional pop war, also periods, regional pop war periods, of regional pop war also a different era. Regional pop war also a different or pop war another pop war different after different periods of regional pop war, different decades of. ADHD was a giant massacre machine, also with asylum. They purged the ones that were against the status quo. If they exhibited sort of this natural reaction, then they become insane. While the police force does nothing, due to our sort of superb talent, we manage to still be there. Why they has grown suspicious of John Oliver? How come he's so amazingly smart? And why also to carry these political stances that are not too acceptance of the stuff? The Nazi pick it up, keeps trying to tackle towards our guys. These doesn't hold it back. We dodge it all. They only murder enough of the list as evidence is proof. Suppose there are persons against these evidences, then those are probably under Nazis. Penalization, well, here if, are they telling SOS, get out of here, there's Nazis around. And usually sort of it's not there for weight. Notice in the cultural level, you probably notice the level of contamination. Almost every topic has suffers with it. There's a Nazi copy of it, if not more. If they're more of the under literal raw format section of. It's just mentally insane to even think about eating meat unnecessarily. I rather, it's not. Therefore, they're carnivores. None of the citizens are carnivores. They don't even eat meat. They change it into a sort of protein formula. It's mentally insane. The person back when there wasn't television, the average, most of the technology were invented back then. What today's technology has at least this unhopefulness or probably some odd damp sweat associated with it, but then they get to be sort of mental illness because it's or probably also also from therefore for probably also therefore also from that's from that's due from a regional also from therefore for regional also therefore sort of a different also for regional also region or for regional also therefore from region or also without principles of Papa also therefore for regional Papa also without budget principles. It's not that before they were tested, most of them are physically ill. They're not sort of a disability that used to be sort of okay person. They're insane. Regional Papa most are sick. Almost all of the humans today, regional Papa or citizens, regional Papa considerable for regional Papa also regional Papa generalization of are large disabilities. Sort of the more of the human language is singing. Most of them can't even sing. Suppose it's due to therefore it's a rather much more common to have sort of osteoarthritis. So if it's sort of there is problem with the growth and there enlarges. Papa also therefore regional Papa also that's the regional Papa results to result of Papa that's also for regional Papa results to certain regional Papa results to the sickness thereof. They shouldn't their regional Papa sort of disability. They shouldn't therefore then the standard not accommodate but something sort of not for that first. Our guys lots of are sort of more bipolar these days, regional Papa these decades of because there's equality. That proper name of coincide with how equality regional Papa sort of is 50 regional Papa features. Regional Papa has the feature of 50-50. Regional Papa are sort of also around 50-50 of regional Papa 50-50 also right. The reason to for Papa another regional Papa as or Papa also another regional Papa also similar to a regional Papa around 50-50 of Papa also cannibal of related to a regional Papa or cannibal related to a regional Papa or also regional Papa or cannibal related. Papa also another version of related toward the regional Papa also or for regional Papa also regional Papa toward equality, hideous, cannibalizing, reason for insaneness, reason for also another propagator both another reason for be another reason for another reason for cannibal reason for of reason for as of a reason or as of a reason for insaneness of. Rather, this sort of friendly relation has been of sort of this mutual respect, almost of with regard the others as well. So that itself probably that motivates there to be more learning from the other. From what exampl'es introduces the equality, reason for Nazis, reason for this equality, or rather, hideousness not for anything, insanity. Not sort of due to others or due to misery. They are the unsures that doesn't to this day admit they're fucking crazy. Suppose someone investigate, they are all crazy. There's an absence of book on that, but itself sort of, or rather there has been books, but it's sort of written indirectly. So that itself probably also then something to be probably related to a probably topic to be researched of how the numerous persons are sort of placing ego first. In particular, simply how that's not a research study paper topic of particulars, although there has been numerous discussions. And it's also fair. Where does the standard come from? There's supposed to be so much discussion of. Only a soloist will operate. Today, the standard is as if each person has to be their king. That itself sounds like, oh, it's but on that game, or by the social level, that's not any society. That's insanity. Reason for also reason for that's insanity. Although this stuff doesn't even need to be stated so much. If it's not that therefore one statement or probably reason for a couple statement of reason for statement of so much better. But with that statement, it probably does more clearance of reason for much suitable. Reason for much more suitable. Reason for also reason for more suitable. Reason for also more proper also more decent. Reason for also. Or proper reason for proper or proper reason for decent reason for also reason to proper of also of reason for also reason for reason to proper reason there for proper also reason there for proper reason to proper reason for proper another reason for proper reason for proper another of another reason for proper. Exampl'es allow sort of useful ideas, also persons that are not really going to tamper against the reason for so that's kings that are only a person, reason for sort of Nazi, the contamination, reason for sort of this every citizen for large amount of citizens be sort of their own king, reason for own boss, reason for another, reason for their own king, for another reason for their own kings of but only sort of a soloist. Suppose that's sort of a test for a job application, then the result will be the soloists, such has been the result. Reason for also reason for or after, reason for also or for after, reason there for or after, reason also reason to for another for reason for also reason for reason for another for reason for after also reason to for. Then the result will be numerous of these soloists. A while, then are sort of just for reason for reason for Schwalbach, vile reason for also reason for also for reason for also for reason for also for reason for recent also reason for Schwalbach vile. Those probably what Nazi exactly reason for Nazism. reason for dramatized for also reason for reason for also Nazi dramatized reason for another reason for also reason for also recent for reason for reasonary for those would Nazi reason for also Nazi dramatized reason for dramatized as if are innocent, they will be more innocent than the innocent. To the level of this sort of legislature, if the Nazi teacher then cannot do it, but a considerable minor percentage is going to be enough of. There's such number based on what with enfeeblement, so it's not necessarily they don't kill. It's almost all kinds of tactics. They mainly don't kill. That will register too much. Also, it's being built as one of their boogeymen. Nazis waged this clone war against numerous Persians. This modernity culture, this replacement, not so innocent. This language, how this hard, especially this how this Romania language itself, probably a lot to do reason for highly related to reason for also, or connect to reason for also reason for associate to recent or after reason for also for recent or for. Or toward for reason for also reason for recent or for also for reason for after also recent or for toward for reason for after or also for reason for after or reason for also reason for another reason for also reason for another reason for associate to Nazis for reason for another reason for also relate to Nazis, recent for toward Nazis, recent for also or for reason for reason for recent for also or recent for their for recent for also from there for reason for also sort of a different hue, sort of also not to coincide sort of the other instance of mention of the word coincide reason for hue of reason there for mention of reason for also or statement for reason for kind of like a reason for similar to an original formulation. Reason for also for reason for sort of a also a sort of a different reason for sort of a different moment of reason for also sort of into the sort of a different phase of the real also of different than other recent instances of other words of namely for reason for also reason for other reason for also or also other reason for also other words of reasons or for also other words of sort of reason for also other words of reason to or another for reason for also for reason or for reason to or after another for reason for also namely for reason for other words of sort of reason for also